Okay, Zach, this is Nate. He was one of
Hello.
my many professors in the communication department at Geneseo that I have roped into podcast
Love.
activities.
First of all, I like how I said it's been wild, and you said, "Wait, hold that thought," and then record.
Just in case it's really good.
That's really good.
Yeah, because of who I am as a person. So, yeah, has it been wild in any ways that you could share with the class?
Not that I can
Mm.
share.
Okay, that's fair. Oh my god, do you get to say that's classified now?
No, but I get to say other cool things.
Okay.
Yes.
I gotta know, like, what do you do, man? This sounds pretty intense.
I promise it's way less exciting than it sounds. I work for the House Armed Services Committee in Washington.
Okay.
So, it,
Oh,
oh,
try so hard.
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's it's not. I mean, like it's exciting, but not in the like, James Bond and like guns
Right.
coming out of the headlight sort of thing.
Is anything truly exciting in that way, though? The movies are lying to us,
Absolutely.
which is so unfortunate. But before before we actually get to anything that I have like written down for today, I just want to talk about the fact that we are recording this on the first day of Pride Month, and HBO renewed Our Flag Means Death, and I'm so excited about that. I'm really happy about the fact that they just said we're gonna give the gays everything they want, and I like
This is
screamed when I found out. Which, Nate, that's the show. I texted you after like not having said anything to you for like several weeks. It was just watch the gay pirate show, and now my boyfriend has to listen to me refer to a middle-aged man as my baby girl.
I still haven't checked it out because,
Cannot recommend it enough. It's excellent.
but I'm coming to the time of year. Like summer is usually when I get the most off time from work, and it's number one on the list to check out. So
If you
Yeah.
like the like Monty Python sense of humor, this is definitely your show because this is like
uh,
it could very well have been written by them. It's like that kind of energy.
hmm.
It's great.
I'm in
love
a
it so
big
much.
I'm in like a big I haven't really watched anything in a couple of months just because things have been so crazy work wise, so I'm ready to binge a whole bunch of stuff.
Hell yeah.
So
I need to start watching the new season of Stranger Things because I'm afraid it's gonna get spoiled for me.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too.
Because people are like, for whatever reason, people are really not good about tagging their spoilers for that show, and I just keep seeing, like, I keep having to like scroll past things really fast. I'm like, I don't want to know. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, and I know it's still a ways off, but I keep seeing some previews for this Game of Thrones. I don't know what you would even call it, like the prequel, whatever it is.
Interesting. I never watched Game of Thrones, and at this point, I don't
Oh
think
my
I'm
God.
going to.
Yeah, I would say it seems daunting. It's one of those shows that's daunting to start, but I feel like
And
once
also, I
you
just
get
didn't
into
jive with the books all that much.
mm, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't like thinking I was gonna love it, and I ended up loving it. So
All right.
just it. I thought it was worth the time, but
Um, thoughts
Oh,
about
can we
TV?
just
Yes, bud.
speaking of TV, just some breaking news in the last hour. The jury did conclude on the
yeah.
Johnny Depp third case.
Oh shit.
Um, they ruled that they were both defamed, but Amber Heard was ordered to pay like 15 million, and Johnny Depp's ordered to pay like 2. So
Damn.
yeah, damn is right.
I feel like the entire thing is most concisely summed up by the like Onion article headline that was like nation not like emotionally and psychologically mature enough to be weighing in on this trial, and like they're so right. They're so right. The Onion really they kind of don't miss.
No,
I love how they're both coming out of it getting money somehow. Like,
Yeah.
all right,
I'm
cool.
like net gain, it like, but
But I have
like, all
absolutely
right,
no idea how defamation lawsuits work, and I
No.
don't think I will ever need to. Uh So, the first thing I have is not quite a question, but I would like to, like, almost like Shark Tank pitch something to you guys. Because I'm at the point in my current relationship. You know when you get to the point in a relationship where they let you start fixing them?
Yes.
And not
Yes.
like in an unhealthy emotional way, just like when you tell a man that like there's more options than just like Dove men's 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner.
No, sorry, it
Yeah.
wasn't that. I just started reading through the stuff we're going over, and the last one just caught me so off guard.
We'll get there.
I know, I know.
But yeah, so when I was doing this, when I was like thinking about this, when I like after I like informed my short king, I was like, hey, there's stuff that's better for your hair than just like 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner. I came up with the idea for a service, which is essentially Queer Eye, but it is like completely like gender and sexuality neutral on either end. It doesn't have to be a bunch of gay men telling a straight guy like how to dress. It's a service I'm calling Damn Bitch, You Live Like This. Where people who know that like that maybe they could be like elevating their like self-care process but they don't know where to start are paired up with someone who has their shit together, and the person who has their shit together just sort of gently like takes them through the areas of their life that they want to improve, and it's like, damn bitch, you live like this, and helps them.
No, it's not so much related to the substance, but more the title of that. There was an SNL skit with, I want to say, Jamie Foxx, and it's basically a game show like Jeopardy style, but the game show was called, what was it called? The game show was called Bitch, What's the Answer? And it was as amazing as the title would suggest.
I believe it. So yeah, I don't actually watch Shark Tank, so I don't know the spiel they do at the end about like, please invest, I want 15% of blah blah blah. But yeah, that's my Shark Tank pitch for a sort of personal improvement consultation service.
What would prevent me from just replicating this show at a cheaper rate?
Like my show or Shark Tank?
Do you have any patents on this that protect your ideas?
Yeah.
No.
And for those reasons, I'm out.
So I take
going
it you
for
actually
Shark-
do watch Shark Tank.
I mean, not like religiously, but I've seen enough episodes to know how it
Fair
works.
enough. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen a single episode of Shark Tank. I think I've just like seen BuzzFeed listicles about Shark Tank products that are good.
Yeah.
Which, like, okay, fair enough.
That's a show I can just put on in the background for
Exactly.
hours.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a very good background show.
I like
And-
that. And actually, solid background show is that How It's Made.
I haven't watched that.
Oh my god, I love that show so much. It's literally just like they'll be like, here's how people like here's how here's how they like put together chain link fences. Or just like random stuff. It's so fascinating.
Interesting.
It's one of those things where it's just like I feel like it's great to have on in the background, but I'm sure so many people just get like absolutely blitzed out of their mind and just like stare at their TV like red-eyed watching How It's Made for hours at a time. And I can honestly see how that would be enjoyable.
I will say that, you know, for some guys, I think when they get to the point in life where a female does say, hey, there's more life than 2-in-1 shampoo, like a big moment, you know? So,
Big moment in his life.
you know,
Maybe.
so I think it could be a good service. It could take right off. It needs to happen at some
Because I
point.
think there are plenty of people who are like, I would like to elevate my like skincare routine, but there's so many products out there I wouldn't know where to start. So then you have someone, not necessarily even a woman, but just someone who swoops in and is like, hey, here's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Like, I know a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, 'cause how do you know what to use?
Because
I
there
had-
are like beard guys who are like really into the whole like, oh, I have all this fancy stuff for my beard, and there's probably other guys out there who are like, that sounds fun, but I don't know where to start, and then they kind of get mentored.
I actually have a friend who fits that exact description. Like he has a beard, he has all the products, like he has a hat that says beard, like it literally just so into it.
I love that for him.
Yeah, it's a good energy.
It's something to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is my service/TV show pitch. Because I feel like you could definitely have like a Queer Eye style reality show, but it's just like gender and sexuality neutral on either end.
Yeah. It would be nice to have somewhere to go if you didn't have that person in your life who could tell you, like, what's in right now, clothes-wise, shoes-wise, whatever. Because all of a sudden you get out of college and you keep doing the same thing you were doing, and then you're like, wow, I'm freaking old. So, so what, what do you do?
Yeah, I think there's potential here.
Or you just get someone to fix you. That helps too.
Yeah. But not in like the toxic, like emotional way.
Yeah, right.
Just like have someone point you in the direction of like some higher quality clothes and skincare products. So yeah. Oh, I'm so great at hosting. Anyway. So, next one. What is the best French fry shape? Just going completely in a different direction.
Waffle.
Yeah, waffle all day.
Fascinating.
In fact, the local like sandwich shop across the street from where I work doesn't have waffle fries anymore, and I'm like crushed. And I can't find anything else that I like as much.
I honestly, I think I'm most partial to like standard fry shape. I don't know why.
Though.
I feel like waffle fries are so much more versatile. They're like the tortilla chip of French fries. You can like mold them and put stuff on them, and but at the same time they are like a fried potato, and you can dip it in ketchup and it functions as a normal French
fry. I feel like with waffle fries, and maybe this is just a personal preference thing, like they are always crispier than I want them to be.
Ooh. Can't ever be too crispy.
Oh, see, I don't like when the fries are like crunchy. Yeah, that I don't want happening.
The like when I'm eating like Wendy's fries, like the super crispy, like they're fine obviously, but like the ones that have like give to them.
Like peak French fry, in my personal opinion, is like. I mean, I'm sure there's probably like local restaurants that have like really like that are like better, but like in the sort of fast food sense that like most people will understand, peak French fry is Five Guys.
Yeah, no, that I will
like that is as good as for like mass produced, widely available fries. That is as good as it gets.
I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah, can't argue with you there.
I saw some.
I hate...
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I hate like a soggy, like you get a fry that's kind of just like, I don't know, like most of the time, say you get a McDonald's fry, like there's a little crisp, there's nice and salty, whatever, but like sometimes, I don't know, I can't even think of a fast food example, but you just get a fry that's just kind of like soggy and bland. And
no, this is why I like
waffle fries.
This might be a controversial take. Curly fries are bad.
No.
I don't like them. They are especially like the long ones. The inside is always like an almost uncooked potato, and I don't need that energy in my life. I feel like they are the most prone to getting like soggy and bad.
I forgot about curly fries until you mentioned them. I might have to. On a good day, a curly fry can compete with a waffle fry.
I have never had a curly fry that has satisfied more than just like a normal fry.
No, but it adds dimension because here's the thing with French fries, you have to add dimension yourself by picking up a few of them so that you're not just eating like a straw. With them, it comes like pre-dimensioned.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by your need to have like multiple like elevations to the fry. Like there has to be multiple different depths, apparently.
Well, in terms of like thinking because at the end of the day, a fried potato is a fried potato.
Of course.
But like the the functionality of it varies.
Interesting.
I also find that curly fries tend to be more seasoned in general. It's not like unique to a curly fry. Like you can obviously make them plain and season a regular fry, but just when you get them while you're out places, they always have more flavor than just a regular fry.
Counterpoint: Five Guys Cajun Fries.
I don't know if I've had them before. I've had like the
Ooh, they bang.
Yeah, I don't think I've had the Cajun ones.
They absolutely bang.
What are they?
It's just like the regular Five Guys French fries with a bunch of like Cajun seasoning on them. They're delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Yeah,
honestly, I think standard is the best fry shape. Call me basic,
it's hard
but
to get. Hard to get a curly fry anywhere besides, you know, like either a local place or like an Arby's, and like who's going to Arby's?
I feel like honestly that only place like the only like fast food chain I can think of that has curly fry, or at least one that we have like in New York State / the East Coast. I don't know what's happening over in California, but like I think that's the only one that has curly fries. I also can't think of a fast food chain that has waffle fries.
I know Friendly's Friendly's isn't fast food, but like Friendly's has them.
Oh yeah, they did at one point.
Yeah.
Rip to Friendly's.
Rip to Friendly's, bro.
Yeah.
Those are. I can think of like maybe like one or two that are still in existence.
The Friendly's ice cream in that like silver dish was like the hotel air conditioning of ice cream.
Oh my god, I know.
McDonald's Sprite of ice cream. You literally cannot like it hits so different.
Have you seen the tweet that's like, why is McDonald's calling their Sprite a soft drink that is hard liquor?
I think the other tweet I saw was of a Friendly's like sundae with the two peanut butter cups as ears, and it was like your daily they them like.
Actually, this is like we could make an alignment chart out of this, like a like lawful, neutral, and like all that kind of stuff, out of like what your go-to like Friendly's ice cream choice was.
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I know what my actually. Why do I not remember what mine was? Why don't I remember what my sister's was?
You can still get it at the store.
I probably could. Now I need to like look up a Friendly's dessert menu. I'm too I care too much about this now that I've brought it up.
I'm pretty sure you can still get it in the store, right?
I mean, probably.
I feel like I've seen it in a pint or a half pint.
Oh, you could definitely
around.
but like it's different.
Yeah, it's not the same. Not the same. The Friendly's near me survived until last year. It was impressive.
This is bringing back memories I forgot I had.
I know.
Like...
No, why do I like not see? Did they like get rid of the ones with the? Wait, never mind. Found them.
Found it.
Maybe I didn't have a go-to, or like it is not one of the ones that like lasted as like part of the brand.
I fuck with a good Rebel.
Those were tasty.
Yeah.
I liked that thing they would do where it was like, I don't know what it was called, but it was like a mix of like orange soda and orange sherbet to make this like milkshakey type thing. It was delicious. I was a big fan of those.
Interesting.
I was just reading their two co-founders died pretty recently at age 102 and 106.
Oh my
god.
So that ice cream must do a body good. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently.
It's so funny because I always think of people who found like who start, you know, like food things like McDonald's, or I can't in my head I always think of them as like unhealthy people.
Yeah.
I just assume that, you know, that's a part of their diet, but 106?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
He just died last February.
Wow.
I hope Ben and Jerry live that long.
I once gave a ride to one of the guys who founded Ben and Jerry's.
So you've said.
Really?
I know, and it was one of the coolest things he was one of the coolest people I've ever given a ride to.
I love that for you.
So it's gonna stick with me.
What's the quick story on that? Just
So
side of the road type of deal, or what?
his name is Jeff Furman. He went to college with them, and then he was the attorney who wrote the business plan, and then he chaired the like he was the executive for like 20 something years. But I was part of a civic action group in college that was sponsored by Ben and Jerry's because they're like really politically active, and
Right.
Jeff Furman was he was in town for a conference, and he was staying at a hotel across the street from my college, and so I gave him a ride across the street and onto campus. I want to find it's he looks like if you imagined Vermont as a person, like that's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. We
Yeah,
will include a photo of the Ben and Jerry's man for our audio
yeah.
listeners.
Wow.
But yeah.
That is cool.
love that. Yeah, I hope they live to 106.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I love Ben and Jerry's so much.
Oh my god, I know.
I had a horrible high school summer job.
Love it.
A friend of
Didn't we all?
Yeah, right, who did, right? So a friend of mine, his family owned a ice cream trucking company, like a distribution company. So they would get ice cream from whoever made it. They were in the middle. They would take it to the grocery store, right? So they were a Ben and Jerry's distributor, and you could take home pretty much whatever you wanted. That was the only perk to the job.
Okay.
So if something was damaged, quote unquote, you could take it home. So there
You
was a
just
lot
dent
of
the
drop.
carton a little bit.
Yeah, there was like, oops, I dropped that chunky monkey. All right, I'm taking that home.
No, tragic. Yeah, honestly, no, I would be doing the same thing.
Yeah, that was
Ben
the
and
only
Jerry's
perk
has the
to
best cookie dough ice cream because the chunks of cookie dough in it are so massive, and like
Yeah.
that's really like that is what I am here for, and especially now that
did
they
find-
like make just the bags of like the cookie
I
dough
was about to say
bits.
that.
I love
Yeah.
those so much.
It's so
They
bad.
they know their audience so very well.
Yeah, definitely do.
It's good stuff.
After finishing the Harry Potter movies, Rupert Grint bought an ice cream truck, and like
God, what a mood.
that's just like living out your childhood dream.
Oh my god.
like
I don't know why
like
I'm yawning
you're gonna
so
be
much.
filthy rich forever.
Yeah. Just like do whatever you want at that point, essentially. I would. I certainly would. Yeah, actually ooh, that's fun. What's our first dumb purchase with like $1 million?
Oh, thought you meant in real life. With $1 million.
Yeah, or like you suddenly hit the lottery. What's the first dumb purchase you're making? I don't know if this is dumb, but my mom always said that if she hit the lottery, she would just like go to the grocery like she would drive to the grocery store, but in a Rolls Royce.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Which like is such a power move because it's like this is my like everyday car that I'm driving to the grocery store, and it's a Rolls Royce.
I think I would want to hire some sort of, speaking of like driving to the store, like some sort of chauffeur.
Yeah.
Like, I think about it all the time, like how much, like in my job, like I'm always trying to crunch things in time wise. Maybe this isn't a stupid decision, but like, oh, there he goes. 2% chance. There it
Bye.
goes.
It's fine. It's whatever.
I-
Continue.
I'd want someone to drive me around, honestly. Like, maybe that's not stupid, but
That no, honestly, that is so valid.
that'd be great.
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of anything like particularly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I have anything that would be like particularly dumb. Like I can definitely think of some things I would want, but like
Right.
nothing that's all that like. This is only a thing that could happen if you have money to burn.
Yeah.
I would just like a ridiculous boat, like some
Be nice.
ridiculous speedboat. That would be fun.
I feel like for you, you would just pack it up, move to another country.
That would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fun. Or I could
That
just
just
like
seems-
could spend money like converting like an entire room of my house to just like a movie theater / like giant like freaking like curved monitor
Yeah.
like
you
PC
go.
gaming setup. That would be really fun. That I would most certainly enjoy. And like build my own like tower server or like compute like tower computer that like reaches up to the ceiling and it's all just for me.
Yeah.
We do, Stan. Zach, how about you?
You know what's so funny is I was thinking about like cars and like apartments and stuff until Nate mentioned like a person, and I was like, oh yeah, services.
Yeah.
Like maybe just like a full-time like in-house masseuse or something.
Yeah.
Just
Actually,
like
no, this isn't stupid. This would make my life so much easier. Private chef, baby.
Yeah.
I would
yeah, someone who
never
can
have to worry about
grill.
that again. And it's like not
Just
that
like
I would
yeah.
not that I would need them for like every single meal. Like I would still have times where I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna cook this because it's fun and I like cooking it. But like not having to worry about it on days where you're like, oh god, now like I'm home and now I gotta cook. Like, oh, that would be so good. That would be amazing. So now this is just turning into things we would do if we had money, which is honestly so valid.
Yeah.
Very valid of us. But
If
yeah,
I
Zach,
had like
No, you go
I
first.
feel like I love the idea of buying like a minor league baseball team.
Mhm.
That's like one of those childhood fantasy things.
That's kind of
like
fun.
Like the Tri-City Valley Cats. I think that they'd be a cool baseball team to own.
That actually would be super
Yeah.
fun. I
Right?
definitely need to go to a Valley Cats game this summer.
All right,
It's been a red
we will
hot
have
minute.
to go, because I will never not say no to a baseball game. So
Beautiful. Love it.
Have you guys looked at any of the social media on the Savannah Bananas?
No.
It's a minor league baseball team. Well worth a Instagram or a YouTube.
I'll write that down real
They
quick.
just do wild shit, and it's fun. It's very funny.
I love that. As much as
Interesting.
like, you know, you are not immune to propaganda. Corporations on Twitter don't care about your feelings. I love when like corporate Twitter accounts are just batshit insane.
Yeah. I mean, this is it's pretty crazy. I think they just came out with a book too, like basically talking about wacky minor league sports marketing, and
I love that.
like they do crazy, like guys come up to the
Wait,
plate.
Zach, are you thinking of the tweet that I'm thinking of right now? That's like, I've never laughed this hard before 8 o'clock in the morning.
no.
With the wait, hold on. No, I need to find this. I'm gonna put this in the host, and I'm gonna put this in the chat for this channel. Hold on.
It's possible that I have seen it. I just can't think of it right now.
Hold on. I have to find this. This is how I have to find it, because I just remember them saying, I've never laughed this hard before 8 in the morning. Please.
I just
Yeah, like-
started laughing when I saw the thing that I sent the group chat. I was like, "You can't kill what was never alive."
Wait, no. Baseball mascot Twitter incident. I don't know.
Like if you just pull up their website, I mean, right.
Oh,
under
it
it's
is.
like the
It is. I think it is a minor
world-famous
league baseball team.
circuit. Yeah.
The Portland Pickles.
Oh boy.
Wait here. Okay, wait.
Portland. The names are the best part.
Right? I'm trying to find the tweet I found that is the reaction to it, which is the problem. But here's an article of what happened that I will be putting in the podcast planning chat right now. That's the thing. Twitter is such a hell site but like, where else am I gonna find things that like make me laugh so hard I cry? Like, before 8 in the morning.
Have you guys gotten the new
Enjoy.
Twitter update? Any thoughts on that?
What is the new Twitter update? I don't know.
Mine is much.
Okay, someone just tried to open my door. That's fun.
We let the mascot take over.
Yeah.
I said, look at the picture, and I read immediately.
I have to find the like one that I like the tweet about this incident that I'm thinking of.
Oh my god, that sent me so much.
I know. Twitter's a hell site, but god, it's funny. Same thing with TikTok. Like, I don't care how many awful videos I have to weed through in order to make something that, like, in order to find something that makes me cry laughing, because it's worth it. Like, if, like, finding that, like, one video that absolutely kills me every time I see it, worth it. In my humble opinion.
Entirely valid.
Alright. What next? Oh, Zach, would you like to read this one? The last question.
Oh, it just caught me so off guard. It made me think. I'm sure I sent it, but it was like that TikTok that was like, when you get in a car accident, does your music shut off, or are you just like the guy's halfway out of his car with like Migos playing or something?
I can like sort of speak to that. It wasn't me that got in an accident, but I did witness a truck flip on the highway with Bo Burnham's "All Eyes on Me" playing in the background. So that was fun.
So, the tweet that I only saw like 40 minutes ago, or the question at least, is your wife has been kidnapped and is being held in a location 30 minutes away. You're driving to rescue her. It's a warm night and your windows are open. Do you listen to music on the drive there?
I like.
Wow.
I can't stand driving without music, is the thing. Like, I will pick a song even if I am just going around the corner. Dead silence in a car, I don't know what it is. It drives me so insane, and I have a tangential story, but we'll get to that.
What kind of music do you listen to if you're going insane?
Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe just like some really like intense metal music to like hype myself up for what's about to happen.
I was
And
going
it's
to
kind of
say
like rescue.
one of the oldest like songs on my running playlist that I've had on there since like 9th grade is "Indestructible" by Disturbed.
There you go.
And maybe just like that on repeat.
All right, yeah. That seems like it would fit.
And like immediately get gunned down, but at least I'd go in hype.
And that's, you know, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It is the
Yeah.
energy with which you carry yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, as weird as it is, yes, I would listen to music because being in a silent car makes me want to set myself on fire.
Yeah. I don't know what I would put on. I agree though. If I'm in the car, there's some sort of noise. There has to be. Very rarely would I drive in silence.
I would put on the soundtrack from Die Hard.
Oh my god, you're so right. You're so right, is the thing. Okay, so slightly tangential thing about music in the car and how I cannot stand a silent car. I don't know if this is a mom-specific thing or if this is a my mom-specific thing, but if it ever happens that we're, like, on a road trip and, like, or, like, you know, driving somewhere that's more than, like, a couple, like, somewhere that's, like, a couple hours away, more than just, like, oh, a quick 30-minute car ride. I don't know why this always seems to happen, but it'll be that, like, we will have been listening to music in the car for, like, an hour at least, and then someone will ask a question, so my mom will turn the radio off to, like, she'll be like, oh, like, she'll turn the music off and be like, oh, what was that? And, you know, answer the question or whatever, and then just sit there. And, like, we will have been, like, we will be, like, halfway through the Hamilton soundtrack, for example. And she'll turn it off to answer the question, and then just keep driving.
So what do you do at that point?
At this point in my life, it's make fun of her for not turning it back on. But I don't understand why when we have, like, again, we are, like, halfway through the soundtrack, like, a narrative musical soundtrack, and I'll be, like, in the back seat or whatever, and I'll have to be like, Mom, can you turn it back on? Because we've just been listening to, we have been listening to this for an hour. And I don't know if this is just a my mom thing, or if this is a mom thing in general. But it drives me nuts.
Not me. That might just be a
Kathy thing.
thing, yeah.
Could be.
Noted.
Yeah, I can't say I know of anybody that turns it off but doesn't turn it back on.
It doesn't make any sense to me. And, like, I have, like, tried to, like, wait and see what happens. We will just sit there in silence for 20 minutes. I don't know.
Sounds awful.
It is terrible. And it's always the worst when it's, like, a road trip that involves, like, my entire family. So it'll be, like, my dad in the front seat who, like, doesn't think to do it because he's working on a crossword or whatever. And it's just me and my sister sitting in the back seat. And then we just look at each other like... And I'm like, I cannot believe I have to ask this.
See, if it were me, I would be so just like in your face about it, where I would turn up the music myself from the back seat, like unbuckle my seatbelt and just lean.
Maybe that's what I need to do the next time it happens, and then she'll it'll stick in her head.
Aggressive about it, like, no, it's fine, I got it.
I like doing that. I like doing the no, it's fine, I got it to people who are like obviously watching. Like, I love that. That's some of my favorite form of passive aggression.
I think my favorite is holding the door open for somebody who's clearly too far away for it to be practical, and then just watching them do that little half jog.
Yeah. Oh my god, no, my sister, whenever I like ask her to help, she is like, whenever I ask her to help with something, like one time she was going downstairs and I was like, oh, can you turn the kettle on for me? And as she walks downstairs, she just goes, no, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, what? Or like if I ask her to do something, she'll be like, oh, I can't, I'm sitting on my hands. She's such a brat. So just the most dramatic person I've ever met in my entire life.
I do love the half jog, though. You know, you try to be nice to someone, and then all of a sudden they're shuffling across.
And then you just put them in this like really awkward situation where they have to just be like,
yeah.
That is always the worst. I hate how everything makes me think of a meme. My brain is a curse. My sense of humor is a curse. But there's this tweet that's like, I hate when I have to like kind of like, you know when the hill is steep enough that you kind of have to do that like awkward little jog down? And it's like, I hate when the hill is steep enough for me to have to do that. Like, ooh, look at me, I'm a little horse doing a stupid little trot. This is so embarrassing. And like, they're so right, is the thing.
Yeah. They do
like,
be making points.
My sister is the kind of person who will, like, if it's sunny out and she's, like, putting on sunglasses, she'll be like, oh my god, it's so embarrassing, I have to wear sunglasses. I'm like, everyone's wearing them. Don't understand. But this episode isn't just me being mean to my sister, or at least it shouldn't be, because I want her to come back on the podcast sometime. Although it's not like it matters, because she doesn't listen to it.
Oh,
no one in my family listens to this podcast. I receive zero support.
The deep burn.
Yeah. And I mean, like, on the one hand, I understand, because, like, why would she listen to me talk any more than she already has to in her day-to-day life? So, like, I get it, but also, ouch. It hurts more from my mom.
Does she receive a lot of hate on the podcast?
Oh god, no. No, just me like gently roasting her about like the like music in the car thing. Or just various other weird mom things that she does.
Mom things, yep.
If you two have any notable examples, please feel free to share with the class. I love hearing that other people's parents are just as weird.
I was trying to think about that while you were talking.
I was thinking about, it's gone now, but they had this hill at Geneseo when you talked about the awkward run down the hill because it was so steep. There used to be a hill going down to MJ that didn't have steps, and now you can take the long way around.
Oh.
It used to just go straight down, right?
How many people have like ate shit on that over the years?
Yeah. And it used to just be fun. It used to be fun just watching people coming down from class, like carrying something.
Love it.
But then talk about like midnight to 2 a.m. on like a Saturday when every girl is like in stilettos or some crazy shoes and it's January. That hill was nonstop entertainment. It was like right down the hill. They're trying to carry pizza in one hand.
Oh, God.
And but it was so steep, you had to do the little jog almost. If you were stone cold sober, I'm pretty sure that's why they made you go the long way, because
I'm sure
some people eat shit on it over the years. But you would have really enjoyed that hill.
Yeah, that would have been pretty entertaining. I love any video where, like, especially if it's like snow or whatever, where someone just like falls for an inordinate amount of time, like they don't stop falling on the ice or whatever. Those are hysterical.
I always thought the best dorm room on campus would have been if you were on that end of Jones that looks up the hill.
Yeah, just constant entertainment.
Just eat it all day long. So
that is pretty excellent. I got it. Actually, this is kind of sad. The only time I ever had a single good view in the 3 years that I lived in Geneseo was when I was a freshman. We had like this. We were like up on the top of one of the halls in the South Side. I think it was like Niagara. Yeah, something like that. But like, right. And we had this like beautiful scenic view, like looking out over the valley. And then for the next 2 years, I was staring at a brick wall.
Oh.
And I was like, I would have rather stared at a brick wall while I was a freshman, because I was already suffering because I was a freshman in college. Like, could my last year on campus not have had the beautiful sunset views?
Right. Right.
But life's a bitch, and then you die.
Did you like living on that side of campus?
On South Side, absolutely not. It was hell. We didn't even have a dining hall. Like, it was fully under construction the entire time that I lived there. We were, like, the campus food desert.
Yeah. I never lived over there, so I never...
It was very far from ideal.
Yeah, it looked like not a fun walk over there.
No,
so.
my superior experience was living on the north end of campus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That I was a big fan about. Zach, we're being so exclusionary right now. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
You're good.
This is why I need to stop bringing, like, Geneseo people onto this podcast. But unfortunately, that's most of the people I know at this point in my life.
I was like, do I bring up the hill story? Because it's not really for everybody here, but...
I mean, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if, like, just at any other point in my life has there been, like, a local landmark that's been, like, dangerous. But I honestly have no idea. I don't think so.
I mean, I do feel like for whatever reason, upstate New York has gotten into this, like, old person driving into a store or restaurant phase.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah,
there's always
pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Also, just the amount of, like, roundabouts in this state, I feel like there have to be plenty of stories of people just, like, using them as, like, a launch pad.
The first time I came back to New York after having moved here and, like, being here for a while, I saw a roundabout and, like, had to remind myself how they worked. I was like, okay, hang on, like...
But, like, honestly...
We don't have those.
They kind of are superior to traffic lights, in my opinion.
Absolutely. In every way.
Like
in Zach, like, crazy world, you either have stop signs or roundabouts and nothing else.
Yeah. Like, they really do kind of keep things flowing. And apparently there's, like, maybe it's Germany. There's some countries in Europe where, like, the notion of a traffic light is, like, almost obsolete. But also, I heard this from, like, a friend. I could be completely making this up. And we don't have Brookes here as resident podcast Googler. And I don't, I'm not going to steal that role from her.
And current European resident. She's at, the day that we're filming this, she's going to see Cabaret. And I'm so excited because she's getting me a t-shirt.
Nice.
I was so sad to learn that she was not the one who smeared cake on the Mona Lisa.
I know. I'm so sad that she was there the day before someone smeared cake on the Mona Lisa. Or, like, tried to... They got cake on the bulletproof glass surrounding the Mona Lisa. If that's even the real Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Well, just because, like, not even in, like, a conspiracy theory way, just, like, if the real one is that valuable, why would they even put it in the room? You know?
Yep.
But, yeah. Like, I wish she had been there on the day that happened. She was there the day before. Like,
That's
God.
pretty crazy.
What?
A European story to bring back.
Oh my God, I
attacked the Mona
know.
Lisa.
God, that's tragic.
Remember when somebody duct taped a banana to the wall?
Yeah. Where was that? The MoMA?
But yes, something like that.
That's such a New York, like, that's such a New York thing. Of course, some, like, dumb college kid was like, And I remember, because I was in college when this happened, there were a couple places on campus where somebody duct taped a banana to a wall. I think there was one on, like, a lamppost. It was great.
Oh, boy.
I should do that in Congress.
You 100% should. I feel like there's, like, some pretty solid opportunities for, like, harmless meme activity in government buildings. Just, like...
Oh, yeah.
Nothing that would, like, damage any, like, you know, American artifacts or whatever. Just some mild shenanigans. Make people's days a little more interesting. We'll have to start, like, brainstorming.
Absolutely.
Right.
Somebody brought up Harry Potter before. Have you guys seen any of the new the Fantastic Beasts
I saw the
movies?
first one, and frankly, I quite enjoyed it, but I simply don't care anymore, especially since J.K. Rowling has decided to, like, continuously double down on just, like, being a terrible person.
Yeah, I saw the first one a while back. I mean, it was good. I haven't not
Yeah,
watched them
actually, I was in college when I saw it, and, like, did I enjoy it? Absolutely, but, like, am I gonna see the other ones? No.
I did catch all the way up. They're all really good. The only weird thing is that Johnny Depp was in the second one, and then they had to replace him. So that's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Who was it?
So-
No. It wasn't Colin Farrell.
Colin Firth?
No.
Yeah.
Mads
can't
Mikkelsen,
remember.
right? The Hannibal guy.
Yeah.
Love him.
I kind of like the guy who replaced Johnny Depp better, honestly.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably never going to get around to watching those. Oh, Zach. Exciting thing in my personal life. I have finally finished reading the fucking Dune saga. I am done. I have never been so over reading a book that I enjoyed. Or, like, reading a book in a series that I overall enjoyed. But holy shit, I was so over it by the time that I finally finished it. I, like, just marathoned the last 90 pages because I was like, I want to be done reading this series. And now that I am, I'm so much happier about it because now I don't have to read the Dune books anymore, but I have all the fun Dune trivia in my head.
What made it so hard at the end?
It's just
Like,
like
why?
7 straight books, or not even 7, 6. 6 books of just, like, incredibly dense science fiction that just keeps getting more and more convoluted. And, like, by the end, the characters that you started out with are, like, have been gone for literal thousands of years. So you're just, like, in a complete... Which, like, it's very impressive world building, but, like, you're just in a completely different...
Right.
universe, like, wheelhouse from where you started. But hey, I did it.
Somebody recommended, I think it's Wheel of Time to me recently. Have you guys looked at that? Checked that out at all?
That sounds vaguely familiar, but I also might be thinking of Ringworld,
Okay.
which is the thing I probably should read at some point. But I'm so
So-
excited to, like, take a break from reading, like, really dense stuff. Like, I want to work in a couple, like beach reads.
Right?
I'm very excited.
It's described as high fantasy.
I mean, I'm
So-
here for it.
I thought maybe that would be up your alley. And now,
And
yeah,
it probably
I
would
guess
be because
books-
I loved the first Dune book. Like, I absolutely, like, that was the one that I had the most fun reading.
looks like it has dragons. I mean, it can't be all bad, right?
That
82.
immediately elevates your media. No matter how bad it is, if there's dragons, you are a step higher than you could have been.
82% Rotten Tomatoes. It's not bad.
Alright. Those are numbers I can live with, honestly. But also, I just...
But-
I need to... And I'm not gonna stop buying books, because why on earth would I do that? But, like, oh my god, the stack of books that I have that I haven't read, it is, like, up to my ceiling. And I'm not even kidding. Like, if I could conveniently move, like, pan this camera up and show, and, like, demonstrate that, I would.
Did
But
you
it's
guys ever read
mounted,
the
so I
Aragon
can't.
book?
Did I read what?
The Aragon books?
I read the first one when I was in, like... I don't remember what year it was, but I was, like, right in the target audience.
Yeah. I did.
And honestly-
I read the first one as well, part of the second one.
Yeah,
I
I
was in,
think I
like,
might have
middle
read part of
school.
the second one. I remember them being pretty enjoyable.
They were enjoyable. They are very clearly a, like, Harry Potter, Star Wars ripoff. Like, through and through.
But also,
Um,
like, the notion of the hero's journey. It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yes, it's just like you can literally match every single character.
Yeah,
to
okay,
the
that's
point
fair. That is
like,
very,
Braum-
very fair.
like the character Braum in Aragon, like they call him like Obi Braum Kenobi because that's literally his role as like the older mentor who tragically dies and like
Yeah,
against
okay.
like it's like they were good books. The movies were the movie was like butchered.
That's always the
But-
most disappointing thing. Because, like, I have got, like, you learn never to be like, oh, this is going to be an exact, like, page to screen, like, transfer. Like, nothing's going to change. Like, something always changes, but, like, some of them I'm like, did you even try?
Yeah. Well, I saw the movie first, and I was like, it's a good movie. And then I read the book, and I was like, oh my god, like,
And I was like, no, it's not.
yeah, that whole final battle. I was like, there's so much more in the book. Like, it's well written.
Mm-hmm.
But the movie they just really missed. The only thing that I will give the movie is the CGI. That movie came out like well over 10 years ago, and even now it would still hold up. Like it was really good.
No, honestly, here's the
What?
thing. As time has gone on, CGI has genuinely gotten worse. Because, like, the whole, like, kind of, like, Marvel Cinematic Universe thing, like, they, like, just chew up and spit out visual effects artists because they can, like, pay them so little money, and there's always another one that they can just be like, okay, like, you know, swap you in, you can push the buttons this time. And, like, the fact that movies, like, 10 years
moving the
ago...
voices of everyone by putting the buttons and
yeah, essentially. But, like, the fact there are movies
Yeah.
from, like, 10 years ago that have better CGI than, like, billion-dollar blockbusters today. Holy shit, that's sad.
I just checked, and Aragon came out and the film came out in 2006, and that CGI still like you wouldn't be able to tell it was from 2006.
That's pretty
That's
impressive.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has done irreparable damage to society. And I say this as like, I'm not above an action movie, like a blockbuster or an action movie. I am not here to be gatekeepy, but like, oh my god. This is just me being an insufferable film nerd, which, you know, we were bound to get every episode of the podcast we get here somehow.
All roads lead to
All roads lead to me being an insufferable film nerd. But actually, though, speaking of books to movies, I feel like one of the most badly handled screen adaptations was The Hobbit. Because of the fact that they, like, got to the point where they were adding things because they wanted to make it into 3 movies. Like, it would have been, like, the book The Hobbit would have been a perfect, like... Would it have been a long movie? Yeah, but the Lord of the Rings movies are also very long movies. So it would have been a perfect, like, 2.5-hour movie like the Lord of the Rings movies.
Right.
And it just pisses me off so much.
Like, isn't the Hobbit really super detailed? Like,
And it is super detailed.
right.
So, like, the fact that
I haven't read it.
I read it a while ago, and I'm not even that big into Lord of the Rings. Like, I like the movies, and I enjoyed reading The Hobbit. I found I couldn't quite vibe with reading the books as much. I mean, Tolkien's an amazing writer, but I just didn't vibe with the prose all that much for whatever reason. But I was like, why? Like, they just did it so badly. And I'm, again, not even, like, a real Lord of the Rings nerd. But I was like, if even I can tell how badly they screwed this up, then it's probably even worse than I, like, am thinking. Anything else valid? I'm looking... Actually, on the subject of the CGI thing, I am willing to bet that the new, like, blue people avatar they're making is not going to look as good as the original.
Yeah, that.
Like, just with the way that CGI has been declining. Someone get me off this track. I will not stop talking. And it will stop being fun for everyone. I mean, technically...
Yeah, I pulled up Aragon. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have guessed it was from that long ago.
Yeah, it is always kind of sad when you, like, see something like that and it's like, wow, we've really backtracked. But then you have those things where it's like, you watch a movie from, like, 2001 and you can see it was very clearly in that time where it was like, oh my god, like, CGI is now widely available, we'll never have to use practical effects for anything ever again, and it, like, didn't age well. Like, there's, like, the second Mummy movie, which is not as good as the first one. The first one is a masterpiece. But, like, there's a scene where this, like, train, like, screeches to a halt or whatever, and for whatever reason, instead of just, like, using any kind of, like, very, like, low-tech, like, pyrotechnic effect, just, like, having something shoot sparks, they, like, CGI'd the sparks in of this train, like, grinding to a halt, and it's so obvious. I'm like, it cannot have been... Because this was a new thing, so, like, CGI was very expensive at this point. It cannot have been cheaper than just rigging up some, like, little firecrackers.
Right.
Which was just utterly bizarre to me. But again, I need to stop talking about this. What else we got? Technically, we have been... Oh my god, excuse me. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I feel like it must be this, like, gray-ass, depressing-ass weather. Just makes me want to take a nap.
We had a huge thunderstorm here right before we jumped on.
Ooh, fun. Cool.
And I was thinking, does anyone have a crazy thunder and lightning story? I don't, but I feel like everyone does. Like,
I feel like, and this was when I was younger, so I, like, don't even remember the, like, actual severity of this, but I feel like a tree got taken down in my neighborhood at one point when I was a kid. But I don't feel like I have anything more insane than that, and I kind of wish I did. Like, obviously not one that ends in, like, mass destruction, because that's not cool, but, like, maybe if a little something caught fire?
Oh my god.
Yes.
I found the train scene.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
It's terrible.
Like, that it cannot have been, like, more cost-effective to use a new technology to, like, digitally render that in. I simply don't understand. Return to practical effects. More practical effects in movies, please. Anyway. Yeah, no, I wish I had a cool thunder and lightning story, but not really. My dog doesn't like thunder. and she's not allowed upstairs, but when it thunders, she'll like come sit on the landing and sort of stare up at us sadly, and then if we catch her, she'll like slink back downstairs all sad, and I'm like, no, like, you can stay, it's fine. But yeah, not as fun as something like exploding in my vicinity or whatever.
Yeah.
How about you, Zach?
Yeah, I was trying to think about it. Nothing crazy. I just like it.
I do love a good thunderstorm.
Kind of fun when one rolls in. I don't know why.
Yeah, it really is just something about the vibe. I can't explain it any further than that.
I was only really thinking about it. I was listening to another, and I can't even remember what I was listening to, another podcast, and the guest had been hit by lightning. Him and his dad, it was when he was a little kid, had been hit by lightning. His dad was paralyzed for like 3 weeks before he could move again,
Bruh.
and it like, blew both of them across the yard, and I was just like, that's pretty crazy. Like,
That isn't.
he
There's a
doesn't remember.
guy-
He doesn't. He only remembers waking up. He doesn't remember they were just in the yard, and then boom,
There's a guy at work who's been hit by lightning twice.
twice.
Yeah. He's insane. And he's like one of those people who, like, I swear to God, like, if he, like, stops moving, he will die. He is like a shark. He is just the most, like, go, go, go type person I have ever met. And I'm wondering if that's, like, did it give him, like, some weird superpower with, like, a Faustian cost to it that, like, if he stops moving, he dies? I don't know. But yeah. No, that is the extent of my cool story. I don't even remember how, like, severe
Right.
it even... Oh my god. Why can I not get this under control? Big sad. Anyway. I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth bringing up for today. That's not necessarily even, like, a question.
How many episodes are you guys in now?
This is gonna be 79, I think.
That's great.
Which is absolutely insane to me, but made
They
it,
add
kind
up
of, even though we've definitely been losing subscribers lately, and, like, our views have been dropping, but that's probably on me for, like, not planning well enough and all that fun stuff. I will fix it, hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a never-ending game.
Getting
You
that
know?
feeling. Definitely getting that feeling, but Zach and I were toying with the idea of maybe expanding our streaming at some point in the vaguely near future, so that's a thing to potentially look out for. Maybe
Nice.
help boost us a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have to do after I sign off here. I don't have to go work or eat. I need to go play a video game.
Yeah, you do. You need to at least finish the first
I really
Portal.
do. Yeah.
Because by the time that this has come out, this will have been last week's stream, but we are planning on streaming the two of us playing the co-op mode of Portal 2 on Twitch tomorrow night, so
Very nice.
yeah, you have to go play a video game, and then if you have time, play a second one.
Yeah.
That's fun homework, though.
You know what? I that's probably one of the better homework assignments.
As far as homework goes, it could be a lot worse.
Brookes had to play video games for her paper.
I know, and she didn't even like it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
She had the audacity to not like it.
I'm not even a big gamer. Like, I don't play video games, but, like, if I'm gonna play it,
Have
I'm
not,
gonna enjoy it.
and I don't know if this is just because I'm, like, terrible with my time management or something, but I swear to God, I have not been able to, like, play a video game in forever. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I feel like it's just...
When you say I haven't been able to play, like, have you just not gamed in a while, or like a specific?
Yes.
Like you just haven't had time?
Yeah, like, there are specific games I would like... There's many specific games I would like to play, but I, like, feel like I can't find the time to even just, like, fire up Animal Crossing again. And I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're too busy reading the last 90 pages of
Yeah,
that
too
book.
busy reading the last. Although I feel like that is like actually going to be genuinely helpful, because
Right.
the last like 2 books in that series were a massive uphill climb for me. But yeah, no, I have so many like games. Like I bought like one of the new Pokemon games for my Switch when it came out, and I've still barely started it. I bought the new Kirby game for my Switch, and I haven't even played it yet. I have so many like unplayed games just like sitting in my Steam library. Yeah, this is my curse, and like I don't even know what I'm doing with my time is the thing. I wish I understood, but sometimes
You'll
that's
find
just,
a way.
yeah, sometimes that's just how it be. But yeah, we have been going for about an hour now, so unless anyone has any like concluding thoughts that they would like to share, personal projects they would like to promote, advice they want to leave anyone with.
I'll just thank you guys for having me again. I always like coming on here.
Thank you so much.
The
Thank
vibe's
you so much
very
for
chill,
joining us once again. We're
which I love. Yeah.
trying to be better with guests, which is hard when no one responds to your emails, but that's fine. I know people are busy.
The guest game is, I think, the hardest part of
It's
one of the hardest parts.
It's a real grind. It is a real grind, but hey, we try. We do our best. So
That's good. That's good.
we will be back next week, maybe with another guest. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I've sent out some things, waiting to hear from people. I hope things work out. But alright, yeah. As always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will be back again next week. Adios.
Bye all.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Zach Calderon, featuring special guest Nate Lull. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98, at Zach Calderon, and at Nate Lull. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice. Like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch, and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature, or consider donating to our Patreon. Thanks for listening!